Hello, everybody. Welcome. We're here. Yeah, you can come see if you want. No, you're not in the video at all. I mean, your voice will come through if you wanted to, if you talk loud enough. Just don't touch it because it's got ink on it.
Oh, what did you make?
So I'm cutting, this is going to be a stamp. We're going to ink it and try to see if we can get prints out of it and stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so old stuff that I've done before, but...
It's a little cut.
The little cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying it out, seeing if it works, and...
I'm making dice bags.
Ooh, those look good. Those would be good. People love those.
So, I think what Michelle and I should do... I looked at the farmer's market stuff, but they want people all the time.
Yeah.
And they want more market, more farmer stuff, not crafty crap.
Oh, interesting.
That's because, yeah. So, unless we did like
at the one
Day or something bizarre.
The one down at the park?
Yeah.
Oh,
We went on Sunday to walk in. No, because we're trying to see how he's doing.
Yeah.
And that's the test. Nice. So, yeah.
Ooh.
I want to make sure your dad can walk.
Oh, walk
We were
around the
trying to
thing.
just
Yeah,
walk
yeah,
through
yeah.
there. Small.
Yeah,
Usually
yeah.
he'd be kind of winded. His legs would be kind of rubbery, and I know he's better. So that we hadn't been since forever.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like no problem.
Oh, good.
So that was good.
So the meds are working.
Yeah, we're gonna bring his big oxygen thing to sleep at night.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
a wagon thing to put it in.
Okay. I had one you could have borrowed too.
So I was thinking if Michelle and I did snafu, we could do that one, and then do the one in Bird Eye, and then the one at her school.
I'll try to, well, as soon as I find out when the applications go up for that, I'll let you know.
Yeah, we know.
You never know. You have to apply and they have to look through and approve and make sure whatever you guys have to get together, but whatever you have for product and stuff like that, you're gonna have to list and have to send them some pictures to show them what you have.
That's something she and I can work on.
Yep.
But I told her I don't want to do anything outside, and when in the heat of the summer, so then it's and I keep seeing stuff like Burnley, Valley.
Yeah.
On this site that I'm on, and a bunch of stuff in Carson City, but it's like no. And then there's like the river, but there's stuff down in Ottawa Park, but also in town.
Yeah. Yeah. All outside stuff.
So we'll see if maybe that is not good.
Yeah. We'll have to see.
And that limited small space.
Well, now that you have since you've been to that convention and you have your badge and stuff, you're in the system, so you just have to set up a login and then, I can show you guys how to do it, how I did it last year. You might have to get that fixed. Yeah. Did you? Yeah. It's fun. That's a 3-day thing? That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, 3 days.
It's 3 days, yeah.
But I'll have to talk to Michelle about it.
Yeah.
She's the boss on this. And, I mean, if she can always try it. We can always sit down and put some of her stuff, but I'd have to keep it at my house on my Etsy shop too,
Yeah.
if she wanted to try that route.
Yeah.
We could do that.
It may be something she wants to tackle over summer, and then she'll have more freedom to go back and forth and stuff like that. So
It's just, that's always an option she has.
Yeah.
With me. I mean, then like I said, all the stuff would have to live at my house so that, I guess she'll be doing whatever, and I can just...
yeah, that'll work. She'll figure it out. She's good about that, so.
So you're gonna carry out today.
All right, we're doing family things here at the moment. Welcome, everybody. All right. We're gonna work on some more stuff today. Yep. I'm here working on my own. Have fun with the book thing. Bye, guys. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Started the stream. My mom came by. She was picking up my son today because they're gonna go do some stuff at the library. Friends of the library. A thing that they do, a little volunteer work. And they just wanted to chat for a minute. So I was like, that's what the stream is. It's loose, fast. It's not always, specific to only working on stuff. It's just the way it works. Just the way it rolls. Life happens around you, especially when you're doing something like this, and it's okay. It's okay to let it happen. But with that said, we are doing our 2-hour stream today. Might roll over just a little bit. We'll see how it goes. See where we are in the process of working on our linoleum cut today. So we started that on Monday, did some experimentations with getting our image transferred, which was this one. You see our inspiration here a little bit. Getting this image printed out, getting it transferred to our block, and then we started cutting on Monday. So today we're going to continue our cutting on our block. Hopefully we'll get much more of it done. A lot more of the details are going to be today, so it's going to be a little bit slower at some points, but we'll get there. Other than that, there was something else I was going to say. What was it? I don't remember what it was. It was something important, but I will let everybody know that next week I will not be on for any of my streams for Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. We are going to be gone for the week, so no streams. We will be back after we will be gone the actual full first week of April for more streams. So yeah, we'll be going for a little spring break session here. So stay tuned for that. I'll post on social media and everything, let people know that we'll be gone and that when we'll be back. But, okay, onwards here. Let me swap some stuff out. Move over to our other. Let's get rid of Illustrator here. Hello, welcome everybody. Here's our block that we worked on Monday. Not too bad. Got some of this areas cut out. Got some of that. Some of the details starting to put in here. Started this. Gonna have to clean that up now, and then we can start cutting into some more of this other stuff. Still a little bit worried about the cuts in the middle for the words, but we'll try it and we'll see how it goes. Go from there. But that's the plan. A little bit of a different camera setup here today. Got tools and stuff here, so you can see some of that stuff. Got our little character up here at the top, having fun. Yay! Yeah, that's what we got going on. And I got mouses over here. Oh. Anyways, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna work on this some more. And hopefully I don't get too distracted. Okay, so got that cut out. We need to go back to the V3 here. Which reminds me, I do have another set of woodworking or wood cutting tools in the garage. I might bring those in too, just in case I need them for anything in here. So let me go grab those real quick, just in case I might need them. So hold on, take me a quick second to run out to the garage real quick. Let me pause this. Okay, I have returned, and I have another set of tools here that I brought in. These are actually my tools for woodworking, for cutting wood blocks. A little bit different. Some of these are much flatter comparatively. Much flatter blades. Wood cuts are a little bit different, but some of them are the same. They have that same... Where are you at? It's not going to focus here. Have that same groove shape in them, so that they have the U-shape cutouts for them. Here's a V-shape one, similarly. And then here's one of the big flatter U-shape ones, kind of more of like a C-shape. Same idea, different application, but some of them still work on lino as well. So keep those just in case. Never know if I'm going to need different tools for different things. All right. I'm going to try my best not to hit the camera today. No guarantees though, because it's really close. But yeah, that's the plan at the moment. Ooh, first mistake of the day. Yep, second mistake. Reno's a little cold this morning. Yeah, it's extra cold this morning. Oh shoot. Do I have another... Maybe that V-gouger is dull too, so we're gonna swap out real quick. That's the other thing about having those other woodworking tools, is that if I want to sharpen those are easier to sharpen than these guys. These ones you just have to replace. Yeah, much better. Which means that one is probably done. It is not sharp anymore, which means we don't want to keep it around. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to
I don't want to damage the areas that we've already cut out. I don't want to. That was the thing about that first cut that kind of went across. It hit right on this one line here that I've already made, and that's probably going to show up in the print. So you definitely want to make sure that you're not doing that, not skipping across your linoleum. Make sure you have nice sharp blades for this, even if you got to buy new ones. Super, super helpful. Like I said, once again, if I sound like I'm being extra quiet, not saying a whole bunch here on stream, not because I don't like you, it's not because I don't have anything to say, it's because I'm super concentrating. So I want to do a good job on this. Hope it turns out well for an experiment that we're doing here. No guarantees though. Okay. Cool. If there's like fine details, kind of like right here by his whiskers and stuff like that, and we want to make sure that we're not cutting through them or accidentally, you know, skipping and hitting them and cutting them off. The best way to do that is to cut away from them. So like right now, we're going to switch back to our big gouge here. That's the big flat roundishy. It's a big cutter. And instead of cutting towards the whiskers, we're actually going to cut away from them so we don't accidentally hit them. Take out some of that ridge. You just want to slowly take out all of the infill here. Okay, got that one. Flip forward here. Do the same thing. We're going to cut away from those thin details. And then make sure and clear your cutter each time too. Sometimes when I get close to the end of a cut and I don't want to push harder, I'll just do a little wiggles just to get it cut, but not having to apply more pressure. Okay, cool. I'm hoping that comes out. Don't have an uber lot of confidence in some of this. We'll see though. Okay. Back over. Our V cutter here. clean up some of this a little bit. And don't be afraid to take your block and turn it as many times as you want. Get the angles that make it successful for each of those cuts. Much like any type of artwork or drawing, it doesn't matter if you're hand drawing or anything else like that. Turn your page, like flip it around, put it where you need it. Some would say flip it and reverse it. Hola, Mr. Alex. ¿Cómo estás? Mi amigo. I'm going to see if we can get this one a little bit dug out here. Those ones were tough. Here we go. Okay, we'll try that and see how it rolls on our print. Okay, good there. This one has a little bit of a ridge I don't want. Come in and take out that. Let's see. Push that there. Okay. Yeah, we might definitely have some more cleanup to do once we get most of this cut out. Is coming back and just making sure that we've got our edges really cleaned up, our corners really sharp, that type of thing. It's going to make a big difference when we get down to our final cuts and stuff like that. All right, sweet. So we got that majority. Do we want to do, I think we want to move down to this one down here. Maybe. I might jump back up. I've got a smear across up here, so I don't want to lose those details before I get those cut. So I think I'm going to jump back up here to the top and start working on this one. Go ahead. Use our X-Acto, cut some sharper details here. Feel like the X-Acto is nice, but it has the possibility of slipping way easier, cutting deeper than you want through a detail that you're working on. Not ideal for this type of cutting, but sometimes small details you need it. Hey, look at that, Alex. You're up to a 7 watching streak. Thank you very much. I'm gonna have to check on Sunny, make sure he's doing okay. Haven't heard from him in a minute. Come on. There we go. Got it. These are really, really tight details. This is where I was worried about this. This is the part that's going to be difficult about this print. Fine details. So now that we got a couple of those things cleared out, we should be able to come back in here with our cutter. We're just going really slow right now. Just trying to get things started here. Probably lost in Star Citizen somewhere. Yeah, which is good. That's a good thing. Good place to be lost. If you're enjoying it, then it's good to be. It's never a bad thing if you're having a good time. Alrighty. Won't be able to get all the details in, but I will try to get a lot of them in if I can. This type of printmaking is really good for thick lines, bigger, thicker lines and stuff like that, borders, stuff like that. Very thin, detailed stuff, very, very hard. Can you guess which one I decided to try to do for this project? Oh, I just spilled my whole... I got a vacuum anyways. That's okay. Got that out of there. Try to get the rest of it out. Okay, that's good. Let's cut around the outside of this. Okay, cool. That. Some more details here. Cool part is as you're cutting, if you want to make like a sharp point when you're cutting something, you can start by pressing down in the linoleum heavy, and then as you move along, you start to lighten up until you get to that apex, that point, and then you lift up out of there. So you kind of make a deeper groove to a shallower groove to make it in order to make that point. Deeper to shallower to make that tip of that point. First time chat. Me after eating popcorn, got a vacuum anyways. Yes, that is exactly what I just did to myself. I took all these little chips that I made and I just spilled them all over myself. Exactly the same thing. Really, really tiny details way up there at that top. Really tiny details. That's what we're working on. Trying to, at least. Messing it up too bad. This is a very tedious, very slow process when you're doing this type of linoleum cuts. Okay, so got that one. Okay, so I'm gonna try to pronounce this Maldrath Ori. or is it Mauled Wrath? Mauled Wrathori? Author I want to know how to say it. I want to do a couple cuts over here first before I get down to here.
Maldrathori just followed.
Hey, yeah, it pronounced it said Maldrathori. I think I'm close-ish. I think I'm about right. Mal is fine. No worries. Did the bot say it right? That's what I'm wondering. The text to speech, that's what I was thinking of. Did the text to speech say it close? Mal is fine. Well, welcome, Mal. Thanks for coming in. I do have to ask, how did you find us? Or how did you find me? Was it just on Twitch, just on the main page, or on the art section? Did you find me through the social medias where I post about it? I would like to know. I want to know all the things. Are you a fellow? Said it was close enough. Haha. That's cool. Maldrath Thori. I think is what it was close. I won't focus on it. That's fine. Are you a fellow artist? You fellow author? Fellow human being? I don't know if you could tell, but I am not a human being, even though I have human hands. I am a mechanical character that bounces up and down on the left-hand side of the corner of the screen here. That is who I am. I joke. I just clicked art tab and looked through lower view channels to see what interests me, then lurk a bit. Yeah, that's about where I do that too. I found a couple good channels that way. It just really depends. I also have a friend that does streams on here. His name is Sage. You can actually, I think you can put that in there. Yeah. That's a good one. He does bookbinding and stuff like that. He's a good dude. Very good friend of mine. He streams every so often with his bookbinding. And then Sundere is on here every once in a while with her channel. And then, oh my god, what's the other one that I watch a bunch too? No, I can't remember her name. I can look it up real quick. Like like chill artists that work on stuff that's not like uber crazy. Yumi Cafe Art. That's another good one. But yeah, just trying to put together a little space here. This is a extra project on top of what I'm working on normally, which is I write, illustrate, and publish children's picture books. So that's normally what I'm working on, but I just got done with putting together all of my third book. So we are slowly in that transition phase where we're getting ready for it to go to full publishing, printing, distribution. So we're in that in-between time where we're getting ready to start doing like marketing and all that stuff. I'm doing it all by myself, so like it sounds like fancy terms, but it's not. But yeah, doing all of that stuff. So this is one of the projects that I put together for that, because as we get ready to release book number 3 and start doing like in-person events where we go and do book signings and set up booths and stuff like that for different events throughout the rest of the year. I like to have like different little fun objects that I have around that I can sell at those events and stuff too. So we came up with this design and we're going to put them on these canvas bags, these tote bags. We're going to try to print them on there. We're going to see. I've done printmaking before. This is going to be an interesting experiment to see if this all works. So, but yeah, that's kind of what we're playing with at the moment. So we're doing a linoleum cut stamp essentially here, doing it, hand cutting it, and then we'll put screen printing ink on it, roll that on it, and then we'll press that onto the bags, and we'll see how that works. Experiments. Just trying out, figuring out. Human being, lol. Love of cats, especially black cats like my own. Cute. Anything cats is typically intrigued. Yeah, these are, I'll go back to it. These are my characters that I put together for my book series. Actually, let me go. This is my black cat that the character is based off of. Our main character. His name is Buttons. And then this is his young protege. This is Patch. We went with like a theme here for like sewing terms for the naming of the animals. So yeah, Buttons and Patch. And they're based off of my real animals, the real cats. You can kind of see in our video over on the right hand side, this is my weekly post that I put up on social media. But like last week I posted some old photos of when Buttons was a tiny little kitten. Used to play around. There may or may not be pictures of me when I was younger in there. Me and the missus. But yeah, that's what the whole book series is based around, these characters. Let me see if I can find out. See if it'll let me do it. There we go. There it is. Stitch Tales. Half true stories woven together. But yeah, that's what it is. These are books that I've put out that are available all over the place. Bookstores, Amazon, Walmart.com. Anywhere you can basically buy books, you can pick these up. You can even go into your own local bookstores and request them, or libraries and request them if you want to check them out. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build a little community around that, especially for like, I want to connect some of the people in my state, in my community and stuff like that, where I live, because we're kind of all spread out, and trying to see if there's a little, doing these streams and stuff like that can centralize some of that. And then if other people from out of state or anywhere else in the world want to come and check out and see how this process works, they can do that too. So just kind of figuring it out as I go along, sharing the process, doing all the work on stream so people can see, you know, everything that goes into it, and stuff like that. And if people have questions, they can ask them. I love to answer questions. But yeah, that's what we're doing right now. We're working on this guy. Okay, so did a couple cuts over here. That one. So I've been an artist for most of my life. I went to college for art studio, so I have a degree in it. I've done all kinds of like printmaking, photography, sculpture, just about anything I could get my hands on back in the day. So I have a lot of working knowledge of a lot of different methods and stuff like that, and being broke and trying to do a book project on my own without costing too much means that a lot of stuff I know how to do just the old-fashioned way. Kind of like the original way that a lot of these processes were done. So I'm trading my labor for a finished product in a different way. Hopefully. Hopefully. That's the idea, at least. If you get down the road and people like this, and maybe we'll switch over and start picking up some other equipment and stuff like that. And like if I had a laser, this would be really nice and easy. That is not in the cards at the moment. Okay, so I want to cut away from that. There it goes. What's up, Dreamer? How you doing?
Good.
Need something?
I go to the office
You're out of here for the day?
for an hour or two.
For a little bit? Okay.
Good.
I'll try my best. Try my
Good.
best. I'm getting ink all over myself again because I'm dipping my fingers in the pad here every time, so I'm hoping I don't lose too much of the details before I get to them.
You're doing pretty good.
I'm doing alright. Getting a little bit nervous here. We'll see. This might not have been the most optimal way to do this. We'll see.
I can't wait.
You can't wait?
It's gonna be so cool.
I hope so. I hope it's cool. That's all I can hope for at the moment. Okay, dokie. Okay. Alrighty. Do you stream on Twitch at all, Mel? Do you have a channel? Do you do stuff on here? Is it cat related? Because I would definitely dig that too. Let's see how much time we got left to our first break here. Okay, so we got about 4 minutes. Okay. The way I got the stream structured, every hour we do a 3-minute ad break. So we're about 4 minutes out from that break coming up here. But during that time we pause, and we wait till the ad break is done, and then we keep working. Kind of my way of just keeping things going and making it so if people want to subscribe to the channel, they can subscribe to the channel if they want, but it's not necessity, and you're not going to miss anything if you don't. Kind of the idea, kind of the flow that I've got going on here. Always appreciated, never required. Good friend of mine told me that. Definitely getting ink all over myself. I used to game a bit, but haven't in a while. Work 12-hour days nowadays, so no time. Yeah, I understand that. I understand that a lot. I run a gaming group called Dungeon Protocols. We play Destiny 2 a lot, or we used to play it a whole bunch. We do like streams on Saturday evening times, every Saturday. It's cooled off a whole bunch, and it's okay to take breaks from things like that. It's okay. I swapped over and started doing a whole bunch of this kind of stuff. I guess I wouldn't say swapped over. I guess once I started doing book production and stuff like that, and then trying to figure out different ways to help support financially the book projects and stuff like that. I was just like, oh, I'm here most of the day since I don't have a real job at the moment, so I'll stream the production and stuff like that, and maybe that'll build something. Never know. Kind of the idea. Okay, getting there. We're getting somewhere. I'm losing a little bit of details here in the face, but we can always draw those back a little bit. No, that's there. No, the eye comes down and around here. Something like that. Might have to get a sharper pencil for that. Okay, so we're about 32 seconds out from our first break here. So let me check on our... Yeah, there's our assistant. So we're going to swap over to our live assistant cam here. This is Patch. Patch is just hanging out in his little bassinet here. So while we're at our break, if hopefully this screen stays up or gets smaller, whatever, depending if you're watching on your phone or not, but he's going to watch over you guys while we do our 3-minute break, and then when we'll come back, we'll keep going. So, all right, I might head for a nap soon. It was nice to meet you. Yeah. There we go. All right, since we are in our break, I will be right back here in a few minutes. All right, welcome back, everybody. We'll give it a few more seconds here before we get back to it too much. Okay. Welcome back. Yeah. Thank you, Mal, for coming in here and hanging out for a little bit. I appreciate that. I really do. I'm glad that people browsing through the art category check out little small streamers like that. So weird, have no DPS peoples here. It happens. It happens. It's okay. I don't think it's that weird. Everybody's got their lives. Everybody's got stuff going on. It's okay. This is one of those things where I got nervous. It's a weird time of day because most people are working, right? I would probably do better with the streams if I was in the evening times for what I'm trying to do here. I don't know if I really want to do... I thought about maybe switching it up, but... This is my biggest block of time during the day. The evening time is a bloated time slot. Okay. Well, maybe I'm right where I need to be then. Hey, the way everything's going, everybody's going to be laid off here pretty soon anyway, so they'll have plenty of time during the days to come and watch my streams. Right. Oh, wait, that's very, like, never mind. That's not a good thing. What am I talking about? I don't like that song. We're just going to switch it. Don't forget to switch cameras. Yes, thank you. Good thing I haven't done too much yet. I do need to get a command for that. Get this off of here. Okay, cool. back to here. I should almost have it auto switch, but I don't want to. Almost should have it auto switch. Like how Dream was all excited for this, and she's all thinking this is going to work out really, really well. I don't know yet. Not 100% confident that this is going to work out. Not 100% sure yet. So what I've done here is I took and used the X-Acto knife to cut out a bulk of the material, and then coming back with the small tool to clean out and really sharpen up those edges. And then we'll clear out the middle here. Perfect. I'm going to go past on these lines here just a little bit so that the corners stay nice and sharp on those edges, especially for these tiny details. So see how we overcut them just a little bit so that it definitely spaces them off correctly. Get that all separated so we don't have to worry about it. Okay. Next part that I'm worried about. Clear our tools here. These little hands. All right. Kind of worked. Kind of worked. Kind of didn't work a little bit. Switch. Corners like this or curves are a little bit harder. You definitely have to go a lot slower when you're cutting them. Okay. One down. One to go. Like I said, these are the little details that I was worried about. That and the words. Okay, maybe that'll work. That might just work. It might just work. By gone it. Might work. We're going to cut these a little bit different on this side. We're just going to cut them nice and wide. And then we're going to come back and re-edge them and cut them nice and tight. Hey, thank you, Dreamer, for putting in your points there. That is our... Oh, we got 2 people putting in points. Oh, it didn't show up Alex's points. Or whoever else was in here that put in their points. Or their assistant. Oh no, Alex did. Okay, it was the first thing he did. Aha! Huzzah. Thank you, Alex. Okie dokie, so... back in here and try to cut this. Okay, that feels a little bit better. Okay, so now that we got the bulk of that, I think I'm starting to get the hang of this again. Okay, so I'm gonna try something different real quick. Go over to our V here, big V. Yeah, that works a little bit better. Okay. Should be able to go back through and cut out those details like I did on the other one. Okay. Ooh. Sweet. Crazy part is this is only one of the characters that I'm doing right now. I have to do that on this one and then do it again with both of them on this part, which I think I may have to reprint this one because I've rubbed off 90% of the ink on that one, so we'll see. Okay, perfect. That one's good. That one's looking pretty good. Cut that a little bit shorter there. Sweet. Okay. Got hands done. That's good. There, put that over there so I don't lose them. Okay, so we're gonna go around these hands here. Woo, slid across that entire thing. That's not what you want to happen. Okay. Funny part is it's looking pretty good right now, but as soon as we get everything cut out, it's gonna look like poo-poo. It never looks good. The final cuts in. Oh, I got nose and mouth and everything else left to do. Gosh. I don't know about this. I'm back to doubting. Back to doubting again. Don't know if this was a good idea or not. You can see I'm avoiding doing the other details at the moment. Let's delete that. Let's ban that person. Ban them. No bots in here. Okay, I'm slowly getting there. Let's see. Yeah, this one's okay. It goes around, picks up that guy. So stops right there. Okay. What I'm doing by hand is essentially, why do you cut out around his hand? Isn't that part supposed to be uncut and black ink? You're talking about which part here? These thin details down here? What are you talking about? Oops, bumped the camera, sorry. So in order to make the items that we want black black and the stuff we want white, everything that is black needs to be the highest part. So like the edge of his frame here, you can see that has to be the top height of the block here. And then everything that we want white has to be reduced down. So this background here, we want that to be white, so reduced down. So all of his little detailed line work and stuff like that around the top here, like up here, that all has to be cut out in those little very detailed lines. Don't you want buttons to be black? The problem is that it doesn't work that way. So we can do, I've already messed it up if we're going to try to have something happen like that. This is what it's going to look like at the very end with the print. So what you're seeing on here is exactly what we're going to print. He cannot be black. This is why he's grayish in the story and stuff too, because he can't have that other color. It would look like that. You see the problem? Ignore the hands because I have those separated into their own little thing. That's literally the difference. That's why he's gray in the story, because it's mostly the same thing with anime and stuff like that. Like they don't want to do a black for hair and other details and stuff like that unless they can get away with it, or if it's a stylized piece of artwork that way, they'll use dark browns, dark blues, dark purples, greens. They'll use other colors so that they can have the effect that they want, but then the line work shows up on top of it, is the whole point. So it's almost the same process or the same idea of what we're doing here. Anime and lino cuts are very similar in that way. It's almost like they inspired each other. Funny how that works. Block printing. Back in the day. If we wanted to do a color for him or for Patch or anything else that we wanted to do, we'd have to carve a second block and register it and do two color print. So basically we would do the gray first, put that onto the tote bag, and then we would ink this one, which would be a separate block, with black and put that over top of it. So then you would get that 2-value system. This is what I was telling you. I'm not sure if this is the process to go with or figuring out some other type of transfer for the totes and stuff like that. The bags that we want to do would be better. It just gives us more range and ability to do things. This is definitively more handmade because it's we're literally carving the block ourselves. But the only other way to do something like this or to have something similar would be to, if we had a laser of some sorts, it could do all of the outline cuts of everything, and then I could go back there and clear out. The thing with the laser is you can do it two ways, right? You can have it do basically the entire cutting for you, and then it can burn out all of the stuff in the middle. It could do that. Or you could go through and have it just cut the basic outline of everything, and then you could go back and hand clean it if you wanted to. That would be a more precise way to do it, and it would be much more sharper edges for what we're trying to do kind of stuff. It's a possibility. It's an option. I think this was a test to see even if we even like what the results that we get out of it at all. Like if we do all of this hard work, get these all cut out, this one down here is going to be the pain in the butt one. Do all of this, print it, it comes out, you know, kind of okay. I'm hoping I'm hoping more than 50% feel okay about it. But if it comes out okay and we kind of like the idea and the style, whatever, then we can start looking into some of those other another option to play with. You know, it's short term, long term, right? That's all it is. Trying to figure it out. The only other way to get a black, like, or to make him look like he's gray is to do a hash mark, or how do I explain it? A crosshatch style. So you would make long lines across the lino like this. Actually, I might have needed that piece. Oh well. Oops, can't see it. Kind of like this, and the pattern would actually make it look like it's gray or black or something like that on its own, kind of thing. That was another option, but that's a way more intense process. This type of printing is good for bigger style stuff. We're really pushing the limits by trying to get this into a very small format is what we're trying to do. Get these small details in here. Can be done. It's not optimal for it though. Not optimal. Okay. Got the roundies of that eye done. That's the fun part. We gotta do the insides, but I'm gonna try to do a couple of these other details first. What does that look like? Okay, that is sharp. this is going to be the fun part. Ooh, gotta be careful, Tahoe. What I might have to do is try to get as much of these details in, get things cleared out. We might have to ink the whole thing and then look at the fine details and make sure that they are all okay, and then try to clear some of those out if we need to, depending on what it looks like at that point. That junction. I think that's the cool part about this type of printmaking and stuff like that, is we still have options to adjust even when we get closer to the end. We can even run a few test prints too and see how it goes, and then make adjustments there. The only thing we can't do, which is what I explained last time, is if there's material that's removed from the block, we cannot put the material back. That is gone forever.
Testing 1, 2, 4, 37. I think I'm on the verge of a breakthrough.
All right. I have to say this is less intensive on my fingers than when I was doing my when I was cutting my vinyl for my LED panel that I've got outside my house. I put together like I wouldn't say a 3D, but it's a light panel, and it has these plexiglass sheets in it, and I put a piece of black vinyl over them, and then I cut designs so then the RGB LEDs behind it could shine through and make some cool patterns and designs. Those were really intense to cut with. Try to cut by hand. Really, really difficult. A lot of strain on the fingers. Got his nose cut out. It's not optimal, but pretty good. I think that's the thing, is not everything is going to be optimal, but that's okay. Okay, so I think we got majority of that done. So now we're going to go through and clear out a bunch of the leftovers here. Ooh, almost slid that across. That would not have been good. That was not what we want. I think the big thing is not to get greedy. Just take out little bits at a time. Go nice and slow. Still got about 5 minutes here till our next break time. Okay. Getting there. This is the part where we have to be extra careful. All right. Down to 3 minutes before our next break here. I want to try to finish this off before we get done with our stream for the day. This is the hope and the goal. Or at least get this one done here. Man, really smearing this all over the place. Hopefully. Down to 2. A minute. Minute 30 seconds here. Let's see if we can get a couple other lines here figured out. Okay. Pause there for the moment. Put that there, put that there. All right, let's head back over. I'm gonna head back over. Let's put this back on for a second. We'll switch over to our assistant cam here. We're going to take a 3-minute break and then we'll come back and we'll see if I can finish up that top half there of that character, and then we'll go from there and see what else we're gonna get done for the day, how much time that's gonna take us. But so stick around, we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. We'll riff for a couple seconds here, 30 seconds. Hopefully everybody's ads got done. Never know. Some ads run longer, some ads run shorter. Just really depends on Twitch and what they want to do. Okay. Switch back over to here. I want to go away from the delicate parts. Trying something with some parchment paper here, see if we can minimize some of the ink I keep getting all over myself here. No guarantees, but the other way I thought about doing these detailed work like this was to cut each of these frames into its own separate block. So cut the buttons one out, cut the patch one out, cut the best friends one out, and make them all their own separate pieces. This way it would have made it a little bit easier to not, like I'm dealing with right now, is putting my hand in everything, getting ink and dragging it all over the place. You just have to registering it and making sure everything works out perfectly. You just have to work a little bit harder towards getting it right. Always more than one way to get something done. Okay, so got most of that. Can I get these little guys out of here? Yeah. Yes, I can. Back to our small little guy here. That's what I talk about. Once you get the bulk of the material out, then you can also come back and re-edge a few of your finer designed, your finer cuts. Make sure that your design is nice and set up for printing. Really want those edges and stuff like that to stick above the base of the bottom so that they can print correctly. There we go. Looks something like that. It's not pretty by any means, but it gets the job done. That's the idea. We'll go nice and close so you can see. It's got a little three-dimensionality to it. Kind of really weird looking, but it should work. Theoretically. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's take this out. All right. With that, we still have tons of work to go. We've got probably have to work on this for quite a few streams unless I work on some of it off stream. Really depends. Not quite sure yet. But yeah, that's I'm gonna roll up the stream for the afternoon here. Normally Wednesdays are 9 to 11. I was able to go a little bit longer today because kids don't have school right now. That's why. So, but yeah. I will be back on Friday. That'll be the last stream for a full week. Like I said, we're going to be gone for the week, so I won't have any streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week at all. But I will be back after that in April to keep going, keep working on stuff. I've got tons and tons of stuff planned out, ready to go. As we run up to our publication of book number 3 and get the release date out there for everybody, when we start setting up events for people to be able to come by and purchase a copy of the book, and all of that. So, and book signings and stuff like that. So we've got lots to go, lots of things coming up. So if this is interesting, you want to come by and check it out, feel free to. Like I said, we'll have streams trying to work on a bunch of this stuff. If you just want to follow me over on Instagram and see the progress and kind of the little production stuff that I put together for that, feel free to follow me there. That'd be cool. Other than that, I'm gonna go through and thank people. Thank you, Weird Mr. Alex. Thank you, Mal, for coming in here. Thank you, Dreamer, for being in here for a little bit. Thank you guys for coming by and watching the stream. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday afternoon, and I will see you all on Friday. Bye, everybody.
Are you sure you're okay, Warren?